Why, hello there. Welcome. Welcome to Brandi Films. My name is Brandi and I just moved into this brand new apartment home, and I want to take you along as I slowly transform this living room into a black oak, calm, luxurious, vintage inspired space, all while staying renter friendly. If you love moody interiors, calm luxury, or simply just enjoy watching spaces slowly come together, I'd love for you to join me here on my journey of transforming, of creating, of cultivating my living room. Every time I move into a new space, I like to slow down, get cozy as fast as possible. But no, seriously, if you know, then you know. But I love to make a good coffee or a good tea and sit back and just imagine what the new space could become. In this video, I'm going to first give you a tour of my empty living room, and then we are going to dive into the vision for my living room. And to do that, we will be creating a couple of mood boards together, and I will explain to you how this living room makeover is going to go. Well, at least my plan anyway. And to those of you who are not fans of voiceover videos, good news for you. This video is not going to be an entire voiceover video. And yeah, you're gonna see me like on screen, so okay. But first, we've gotta make our little bloom drink. There is a lot coming up in this video, like so much, and don't worry, what you've seen so far is not all I'm gonna show you of my living room, because you know that I'm known for showing you just a glimpse, but it's not gonna be a glimpse. I don't know if I can do this voiceover thing. This is hilarious. But no, I give you like a full tour. So yeah, there's a lot to come. So let's get into it. Well, hello there. Welcome. Welcome to Brandi Films. So right now, this space feels very flat, feels very temporary, which is typically how rentals feel. But this living room has so much potential. I want this space, my living room, to feel very, very intimate, very, very warm, very, very moody, okay? Like extremely moody. If you know me, then you know, but like I love moodiness. Like I love like warm colors and just like kind of like darker colors. Okay, so welcome to my little living room. I always call everything little, it's not little, but it's actually massive. My living room is huge, in my opinion. So I do not know the square footage. I'll have to get that for you sometime. But basically, I have inserted some clips and pictures here just to show you what the living room looks like empty. And I'm gonna point out some things as you watch this little tour. So first of all, as you've seen earlier, the windows. I love the windows. Well, you can't see out the windows, but I have the blinds down, but I love the stark black blinds. Obviously I'm gonna put curtains up and everything like that. I really want to do something with the ledge in my living room, that long ledge that's like tied to the stairwell. I'm gonna do something really cool with that. I'm gonna point out some challenging areas for you here in my living room, or at least some areas that I think might be a challenge when it comes to this makeover. And then later on in the video, we will get into inspiration and we'll put together mood boards and things like that. And I'll explain DIY projects that I plan to do. But number one, over in the corner where my TV is mounted, I decided to put my TV over in the corner and not on that big wall, the big blank wall with no window, because I wanted to leave a wall like open and empty for me to decorate and do whatever I want. Like if I want to build some shelves out, I want to be able to do that. And so I didn't want my TV to be like the focal point of the living room, so I put it over in the corner. And I love it over there, absolutely love it. But now it kind of has made that little area over there awkward. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that corner. Also, I have two huge windows above my stairwell, and obviously like I can't reach that. So I'm probably gonna have to hire somebody to hang some curtains over those windows that are over the stairwell. Okay, and then also my, like, I'm not gonna like explain to you the whole layout of my home, but just know that my living room and kitchen, it's kind of like, it has like an open concept layout, I think is what it's called. So I am going to, I'll explain this later on in the video, but I want to build a, not a divider. I need to find the technical name for it, but basically like, I want to build something to divide the living room and the kitchen. Not necessarily anything that closes, but something to where when you walk in, you're in the living room and now you know when you cross this, you're now in the kitchen. So I have inspiration pictures you'll see on the mood board, but yeah, I wanted to point out those couple of things right now. I'm sure as we go throughout the living room makeover, we will run into a lot of challenges with different areas of the living room. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm just editing the name of my Pinterest board. I use Pinterest for my home inspiration. I also have another board that we will kind of like merge into this board. I'll just be taking pins from that board and putting them on here. But basically, I'm going to show you a lot of different inspiration pictures here. And just know up front that my goal is not to make my living room like all of these pictures, or really not like any of them. What I do is I can look at a photo and I can see a single item or a single corner or a single color that I love, and I will save that. So just keep that in mind, because you will see different types of interiors throughout my mood board. I will point out a few things from a few of the photos that I have saved just to give you an idea of things that I want to do. And then also I will point out some DIY projects that I plan to do also. For me personally, this style of living room that I'm going for is going to make me and whoever decides to, well, actually, wait, and whoever I let into my living room feel very, very calm and relaxed. One of the DIY projects that I want to do is ceiling beams. I want to do funky super rich looking wood ceiling beams. I'm not sure how many I want to do. I think I only want to do like 2 on each side, like 4. And there will be a whole video dedicated to that. Same with all of the DIY projects I do for the living room. There will be videos for each of those. But yeah, so I have all these inspiration pictures here of ceiling beams that I found. Now, I know what you may be thinking. She has that big old silver, ugly ceiling fan right in the middle of her living room. Yes, I do. I'm still gonna make it work with the beams. I'm gonna be like very strategic, and I'm going to try to make the beams literally so beautiful and so amazing to where the ceiling fan, you like forget it's even there somehow. Obviously we know it's gonna be there, but yeah, I'm aware. Okay, so the complete DIY project list for the living room makeover: a DIY coffee table, DIY end tables, DIY room divider, DIY ceiling beams, a DIY wall project, and a DIY baseboard project. As I mentioned at the very beginning of the video, I am going for a black oak themed living room. So what that means for me is black as the base color when it comes to like my furniture and trimmings and things like that, and then oak being the main color or the main material when it comes to smaller furniture like end tables, the coffee table, shelves, and then some decor as well. So I'd probably sum up my living room design idea by saying black oak, earthy for sure. I want to add a lot of like earthy elements when it comes to decor, like staple decor. I want it to be very earthy, and then I want the living room to feel extremely cozy but refined at the same time. So I want it to have like this luxe feeling, you know? So maybe it's a mixture of earthy and luxury. I don't know, like earthy and refined, you know? I'm not quite sure. I've always loved the color black. If you know, then you know. And I love the pairing of black and oak next to each other. I love the way it makes me feel. So the first step is planning, layout, lighting, and furniture scale. Everything matters. I am going to imagine how every piece is going to look together before I actually move all of the items together in the living room. So for the past few minutes here in the video, I've just been showing you random just home decor that I had, just kind of showing you like the inspiration that I'm going for when it comes to decor for the living room. So of course we will do a lot of shopping in the future. We'll have a lot of new home decor. We're gonna go thrifting together, antiquing, all of this stuff. I was just showing you that, hey, you know, I want to incorporate brass. I want it to be cozy, you know, showing you the blanket and showing you me building out this bouquet. Just showing you that, you know, obviously if you know, you know, but I love dried floral. And so there will be dried floral. There's going to be a lot of plants. So yeah, I'm really excited. But so for this next segment of the video, I am actually just going to make a simple coffee. And I wanted to include this in the video just to kind of demonstrate outside of like home decor in the living room, kind of like the approach that I'm taking to this makeover, and that is taking my time. So I am going to be taking my time with this makeover. Video's not done yet. There's going to be a segment of me making coffee, like I said, but you know, I'm slowly unboxing new coffee, making a nice hot fresh cup of coffee or espresso, and an espresso. And yeah, so that is the approach I'm taking, and I guess we're taking with this makeover. Is I'm not rushing anything. I don't have a rush. Also, I have a budget that I have to follow. So but yeah, we're gonna be taking our time. So in the next video, we'll design the living room layout, plan furniture, and prepare for DIY. I am going to be giving my living room my all, and I need my absolute all, and you are not gonna want to miss it. Thank you so much for joining me here in this video, and I will see you in the next one, God willing.